What's up, Breaker Army? We have some amazing news that just dropped. I just got out of bed. I'm like, all right, I cannot go without recording a video for this. So if you guys haven't heard, everybody's been sharing it already. Yu-Gi-Oh has finally announced that they're coming out with overframed, essentially full art cards. Well, maybe close to it, but we are finally getting them, and serialized cards. So this is huge news. You guys know I've been fighting for this, asking for this for a long time. If you watch my recent discussion videos from back in January, then earlier in the year. Oh my gosh, like this is very exciting news. Like I said, I literally just got out of bed, threw a shirt. I'm like, all right, we've got to talk about this. So let's dive over to the news post so we can actually discuss all of it. All right, we are over at the Yu-Gi-Oh organization page. Now they've also confirmed a lot of other stuff recently too that we might talk about. So like over here on the side, we've got new Demise ritual cards coming out. There's new other collectible things. There's been a lot of really exciting announcements over this last like day, essentially. So this is going to be a new set coming out, limit over collection for the OCG. Now we do have some time to wait, not too much longer, fortunately. So here we go. Well, look who's stealing Rush Duel's homework, which is correct. Rush Duel has had full arts, the Over Rush rares, which we've opened a bunch on the channel. It's one of my favorite rarities. They've had them for, I think Rush Duel's been around for 5 years now. So Konami, it's about time you finally picked up with where everybody else is going. All the other TCGs like we discussed, Pokemon, Magic, Dragon Ball, Digimon, like Gundam, everything does full arts over, like it's crazy why we haven't done it yet. But anyway, so we'll read through this. So the special packs limit over collection, the heroes will go on sale February 28th, and limit over collection, the rivals will go on sale March 28th. So as we can probably guess, this is going to be obviously heroes versus rivals. Now it's going to be very interesting to see how they do this, because it could be like Kaiba versus Yugi, it could be Jaden versus like Chaz. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do, but there's so many different options that they can go through. So these packs introduce overframe cards, whose card design features illustrations exploding off the artwork frame, a brand new dazzling feature for the official card game. And among overframe prismatic secret rare cards will be super limited number of cards with a serial number on them. Now I know everybody is like, oh, serial number cards are going to ruin the hobby. It's like, there are pros and cons. The con of it is this is going to bring in people that want to manipulate Yu-Gi-Oh, but at the same time, like, Yu-Gi-Oh needs something. And I know I might be hating to say that I said these words later on, but I really do think it's great for the hobby. I think it's nice to have something that is chase worthy, that is collectible worthy. Serialized cards, like, kind of they spark a lot of interest, obviously, because if you have 1 of 1 or 1 of 5 or 1 of 10. Like, it feels good as a collector. Like, now I get it. It is going to bring in those people that have, the whales that have a ton of money. But at the same time, I think it is going to bring a lot more attention to Yu-Gi-Oh! I think for everybody that's been collecting it is going to appreciate it more. So we'll see. We're obviously going to touch back on this as it comes back around and see how it goes. So next couple thoughts. Also, many cards that first debuted in the various animated series will finally be brought to the official card game. So that's cool. So the animated series, I wonder if that means like the older animes or like these newer ones that they're doing with like the branded archetype and things like that. And then while a ton of reprinted cards will be included with brand new illustrations, so more new artworks, like Konami is finally listening. Maybe they watched my video, or maybe they watched Ruxin's, maybe they watched somebody else's, I don't know. But this is great news. So the limited over collection of the heroes release date's the 28th of February next year. So this is the price of the packs. There's 80 different cards, 38 ultra rares, 42 super rares. And then kind of the same layout for the rivals. You guys will excuse me because, like I said, I literally just woke up. So all ultra rare and super rare cards come in secret rare foiling or prismatic. So if you guys don't know, prismatic secret rare foiling is essentially the like starlight rare that we have for the TCG. And then a select number of cards will come in collector's rare foiling or ultimate rares, which their collector's rares and ultimate rares are kind of like our prismatic ultis, prismatic collector rares, unless they go to the classic designs. I won't be upset with that one. And then there are going to be 18 of them that come in the new overframe card design. And then overframe cards can be ultra rares or prismatic secret rares. Now, I have no clue how many serialized cards there's going to be. Did it mention it? No. So yeah, it's just a super limited number of cards. I'm guessing of these 18 overframe cards, they might do, I don't know, what do you guys think? Like 5-ish, something like that. And then we're going to switch over to our good friends Yu-Gi-Oh! News. So if you guys aren't aware, this is what the Overrush Rush Duel cards look like. And then I love this comment. they're waking up. Oh man. So shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! News obviously for covering this and some of the other stuff that's been popping up. Like they're just an absolute legend. So yeah, they pretty much like just repeat the same information because everybody gets it from the same source, puts their own twist on it. But this is beautiful. I love their layout, their presentation, the graphic is great because you guys can actually see what the Overrush cards look like. You know, we've pulled them on the channel. We've obviously purchased a bunch, regretted a bunch of them, but here's some great news as well. So the actual TCG side said this on their X post, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Have you seen the cards? Seen the news that cards with artwork extended beyond the art frame are coming. These will also be available for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. Details coming soon, baby. I can't wait. I am so excited. I've been asking for this for so long. Again, there's a lot of ways you can go about it, but just look at these cards. Like, look at the Overrush. Imagine, like, I don't know if they're gonna be exactly like this. My one thing is I do not want them to have that shatter foil effect. Please, for the love of God, do not do it, because it's distracting. Like, the one thing with the Overrush rares is they have beautiful texture, beautiful coloring, etching, details, and then blah, it's got this cracked ice, which just doesn't look very good. But I do still think that this is a great step for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been lagging behind for a lot of collectible cards for the longest time, and imagine opening up a pack and pulling something like this. Like, yes, they're still going to have their regular rarities, everything like that, but I think it's a great thing. I think it's one of the most fun things they could possibly be doing, so we've got a lot of details to talk about over the next couple minutes. Well, what do you guys think? Are you excited for Overrush, Overframe cards, serialized cards? Where do you think the pros and cons of each are? I think there's really no cons for Overrush or like the Overframe cards, because it creates a new rarity, and we've been asking for a new rarity ever since Starlight Rares kind of got made a mockery of with quarter century secret rares. At least I have been. A lot of collectors have been as well. So I think this is great. Serialized cards, again, it does bring some bad connotations to a collectible hobby. Like a lot of sports cards, obviously some of those sets that release serialized cards do get scalped, and they get manipulated in the market, things like that. So I do think Yu-Gi-Oh! It's going to be very interesting. I will for sure be talking about it after these sets release and then come to the TCG. So I'm curious to see how it trends and how it goes on the market for the OCG, obviously first. And the nice thing is they're actually doing 2 sets to kick this off, so February and then March. So we get to see how it goes with February's release, and then we can kind of know what to expect for the March release, and then kind of go from there for the TCG. So again, I am super excited about it. What do you think? Like, what cards do you want to see as serialized? Do you want to see, like, imagine if they do, so they have the Overframe, and then if they do like special versions of those Overframe cards, like, just to throw it out there, not that I necessarily want them to do this, but if they do like gold edged cards, not actual gold, but it's like a gold stamp. So like, if I can't remember I think it actually came out in an OCG called Gold Rush, if I'm not mistaken. So it wasn't everybody's favorite, but it's just a different design. I wouldn't mind seeing like unique styles for those serialized cards, because a lot of the times the serialized cards that come out for like sports cards, they just look insane. Like for sports collectors, I'm not a sports collector, but they do look really nice. And then for Magic, obviously they've had, I think they did the One Ring. They had some serialized cards with that one. They've had like the Chocobos for Final Fantasy. I don't remember, I can't think of any other TCGs at the moment that have serialized cards. I know that there's some. Pokemon hasn't done it yet necessarily. Digimon, not that I'm aware of, other than like maybe prize cards. I don't think Gundam's done it yet either. If there's other TCGs out there, let me know. I'm just trying to think. I'm sure One Piece has probably at this point, but maybe for more of their prize cards as well. It's more so like Magic and the sports cards. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling at this point. That is the point of this video, though, to have like a discussion, talk about this type of stuff, because this is exciting. Like, I actually saw this news before I went to bed, but I was so tired. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna record it when I wake up. And lesson learned, I should have recorded it last night, because like I'm still just like, oh, wake up, card breaker. But I was just like, I've got to get a video out to you guys. I've been talking about this for a long time. You guys have watched the videos where I've discussed this. A lot of other, I'm sure that everybody is going to be putting up a video about this today. So it's really kind of curious to see what everybody's twist and play on it is. I don't want to ramble forever, but again, very excited. I would love to see, obviously all the big ones. I would love to see that them just extend beyond all of this stuff and just keep building on it, because I think that's what really saved a lot of the collectible piece for Pokemon, for other TCGs. I think the full art stuff with texture and nice shininess, glossiness, like imagine a full art Ghost Rare. That would be crazy. Dragon Ball actually has one. I don't have it near me or I would show you guys, but Dragon Ball actually has one. It's a Goku card and it looks insane. So there's a lot of possibilities, guys. Again, the one big kind of catch that I have are the serialized stuff. I don't know. We just have to see how it goes, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Has obviously never done it. They do that. They have the prize cards where they're like numbered or out of X number for like winners, things like that, or people who participated. So I'm trying to think if there's anything like at the moment that really is like jarring bad for the serialized stuff, because it could potentially be really bad. But again, I think it's nice because, you know, it I hate to say like investing or whatever, but if you look at the last few sets for Yu-Gi-Oh, everything like my pre-order price is around like 60-ish bucks when I buy a box. And then the last few sets they've been selling on TCG for like $35 to $40. So like it doesn't feel good when you pre-order a box from a distributor for that price, and then on the secondary market it sells for less. So I just want things to be decent. I'm not asking for things to explode in price. I'm not doing this for investing purposes at all. I love the game. I want it to be around for a long time, and stuff like this I think gives us a great opportunity to have longevity, because it's going to see people like, yes, it's going to get the investors for serialized cards, but it does put more interest into the hobby. It's going to have more just overall money going into the hobby as well. So I'm kind of talking in circles at this point. So let me know down below, guys, what you think about this. You know, there's going to be a ton to discuss. Obviously, we're probably going to get some more news over the next couple weeks, couple months. But yes, very, very excited. So that's all I got for today. Let me know your final thoughts. I'll see you guys next one. Peace. A huge shout out to our channel members, Sargoni YT, K-Dragon, Mark Donnelly, Cody Slater, Josh Evans, Michael P. Sutton, Lazy Dane, Evan Rudolph, Allison Snell, Will Breaks TCG, Ram22, Roland Pryor, Austin and Kayla, Derek Williams, King Louie, Tone Fo Show, Battle Phase, James Roche, Chio, Attention Duelist, Capiba, Zoxus, and 22 Dragons. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I do hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice night. I will see you guys in the next one. This is CardBreaker. I'm out.